Hello guys, my name is TimGot and we are here today with a VK4502 review. This tank is a Tier 8 German heavy tank, and this tank is pretty much the ugly brother of the Tiger II. It has pretty much the same stats like a Tiger II. It feels like something completely different from a Tiger II or a VK. It does not feel like a heavy tank. Pretty much, it does not feel like a heavy tank at all. It feels more like a medium tank, and for those kind of reasons, I use my VK4502 like a medium tank. I do have, in some moments, of course, I use the tank like a heavy tank, but because it has a good engine power, as you can see, 840 horsepower, it can accelerate real fast. It can go. Only the speed limit is 38, but it does accelerate really fast to the 25 km/h, so it is a real good tank. And a lot of people don't like the duck tank. A lot of people call this tank the duck tank, and I didn't trust the people. I just went for my feelings. I was like, this tank can be good in your right hands, and yes, I was correct about that. This tank is good in my hands. It is really good, and I'm really liking the tank so far. I had 100 games. My victories, I have 66% win rate. I do every game around 2000 damage, so I'm not a bad player in this tank, not at all. I have 1000 average experience. I already got my ace tanker, and overall, I find this tank actually really good. I like this tank. I like how it performs like and how it feels like. The armor isn't that great. It's not great at all, but it is. No, it's more than enough for a heavy tank. But let's go over to the stats. So it has 1,570 hit points, and it's a bit low for. It's not low because the T-32 gets 1,550 hit points, but it's not as much as most tanks have. They have mostly 1,600 or 1,650, but this one has 1,570. I think that's more than enough. That's pretty much average because T-34 has 1,500. It's pretty average, but I would like if they had a round number. It would be better if it had 1,600 hit points. It weighs 57 tons, so you can actually ram people with this tank. It can work out really good for you, and I do a lot of ramming with this tank because I have a good engine power. I have 840 horsepower, and with the acceleration, it has a really good power to weight ratio. It really has a really good power to weight ratio, and I'm really liking the tank itself. Like, the tank itself, it is good in combat. It really is good. Just some people are not capable of using it correctly. The traverse speed is 29. It's pretty good for a heavy tank. 29 traverse speed. It has 120 hull armor in the front, 80 in the sides, and 80 in the rear. Same on the turret, it has 1,000 ready Tim? GG. I mean 185 millimeters of turret armor, and also people can pan your turret pretty easily if you're driving this tank. So don't try to do something special because they can pan your turrets pretty easily. People that have above 200 pen, they can pan this without any problems. Believe me, I play this tank. I had 100 games in this tank, so turret is not that great, not at all. It's not great at all. The hull itself, it can bounce some shots, but you do need to be angled. Something at this angle, I think that's pretty much perfect. People will bounce this, and people can bounce some shots on here. And also, a good thing about this tank, you see that armor sticking out right here? You see that armor sticking out? If people actually hit you on this thing, on this armor piece, they will actually do no damage to you, like absolutely nothing. It's like a super Pershing, pretty much having that. It's like a gun mantle, but on the hull. I had some crazy shots happen that they just hit that and it does absolutely no damage. It's not. I did not expect that to happen, not at all. So, rate of fire in this tank, it's almost 6 rounds per minute, and the real time between every shot is 8.7, something around that. So it's pretty good. reload time. The gun itself, it's a great gun for close combat. It can snipe, of course, but it's not that great at sniping. It's not great at sniping at all. The aim time is pretty good. The average penetration, it's not that great, but you do get 6 rounds per minute, and your average damage is 320. So overall, the gun is great, just not that great in tier 9 or tier 10 games. But in tier 8 games, the gun can be effective, really effective, so you don't need to be scared. So we go over to the turret reverse speed. It has 25 turret reverse speed, and that is really good on this tank. 25 is more. It's not that fast, but if you turn your tank and your turret at the same time, it's gonna be more than. It's gonna be fast and it's gonna be effective. So it doesn't have to be more than that. It's a heavy tank. It's not need to be more than that. The fuel range is 390. So that is pretty good for a tier 8 heavy tank. It's a pretty good fuel range, and the single range is 710. So the equipment that you can use on this tank, or what I use on this tank, is the gun rammer, because a gun rammer is useful for every tank. It will reduce your reload time by 10%. So it does help you out a lot. The second thing that I use is a vertical stabilizer, because I actually move a lot with this tank. I don't stay still. I push forward and I do big attacks, like really big attacks. I don't stay still that much. That's why I have an engaged gun lane drive, for that reason. That's why I don't have an improved ventilation class. I like shooting on the move for this tank, and I'm not scared of doing it. So that's pretty much the duck tank. That are the stats of the duck tank. So let's go over to a replay that I have ready for you guys, and it's a really good replay. So let's go over to that. So here is the replay. I'm playing on Erlenberg. It's a standard battle, and I was not really happy because I'm not a big fan of this map. I'm happy that this map is going to be changed in 8.11. The spawn points are going to be changed, so the cap is going to be here and there. I'm really happy about that, because mostly this turns into a big camp on both sides, and it's boring. Not a big fan of that. Not sure what the bird is doing there, but whatever. Okay, so I'm playing with birds. With birds? Yeah, good job, Tim. I mean, I'm playing with Brett. There you go. And he is in his T32. So as you can see, we do reach 38 kilometers per hour really fast in this tank, and the mobility on this tank, it's pretty good for a heavy tank. It does not feel like a heavy tank. It feels more as a heavy tank. And yeah, I saw the IC. I want to put a shot into him. Not sure what he's doing there. Not sure how I bounced that one. It was just an unlucky shot. But I go back in. I don't understand why I was doing this. That was a real stupid move. And there I bounce him again. As you can see, 200 pen sometimes does not work. But yeah, the second shot was on his side, so I can understand why I did not pen there. So he puts a shot into my turret, if I'm correct. Let me check. Yeah, into my commander's hedge. Really lucky with a BL9 right there. Really lucky. I was really surprised about that one. So right now, I just don't really want to push this game. I just want to relax. Don't push too fast. Let's just see how the game develops. And as you can see, a lot of our teammates are pushing this time, but they have a good, strong defensive point here. So we do need to push on this side, because we don't really have an option. And there you go, again, a shot into my turret, looking straight at him, and he bends me like my turret is pretty much nothing. That's the bad thing about this tank. It's not really good. The armor isn't that great. So bouncing shots, it will happen, but it's not gonna happen like on Tiger 2. Tiger 2 has way better armor. Turret is not that great on a Tiger 2, but it's pretty good. SFL puts a big shot into the T44, doing 500 damage to him. Yeah, that 12.8 centimeter gun. No, yeah, centimeter gun is just crazy on that tank. See, I was just looking, making sure where he actually hit me. I got one bounce in my turret right there, but for the rest, it was just spent right in. And I drive straight into a corpse, because that's how I roll with my tanks. Having 0 driving skills, as usual. So, by looking at the map, I saw that a lot of heavy tanks were camping this side, so I wanted to make, I wanted to push the side completely. I wanted to go first in here, try to kill the guys that are camping here, and from there I wanted to push up here and try to flank those guys. That was my plan originally, but it did not really work out like I wanted it to work out. And also, if you didn't see yet, the i3 drowned because he's a pro player. He's a pro player like me. He has also the epic driving skills like Tim. As you can see, it's turning rapidly around. Our team is losing the right side really fast. We only have a Waffen Striker and an E25 left, nothing else. So right now I'm just relaxing. I'm taking things slow. I don't want to go forward and get myself killed. I know people are camping on top, so I'm just waiting for a good moment to strike. And yeah, a lot of in this game I'm not really camping, but I don't really have a different option to do on this game, so I had no option, so I was just trying to relax, take things slowly. I see a Churchill and a Yak Panther get spotted. I focus on the Yak Panther because he has a 12.8 gun, and I don't really care about the Churchill. But my shot completely misses, and I fall back and try to get the Churchill instead. Put a shot into him. And yeah, as you can see, the real time is really awesome. I really like the real time on this tank. It's 8.7 seconds. It is really good. I'm trying to finish off that IS, but I have no shots on him. But I do see the M6 completely in the open, so I was like, let me just try to get him. Put one shot into him. Wait for my reload. And I finish him off, having 1 kill and 1,500 damage. And as you can see, our team is not doing that great. So I get hit by the AMX, and he's spamming those shots at me. And I got 2 lucky bounces right there. And I see that the AMX is a one-shot, so I really want to finish him off because he is a big-ass problem in this game. Yeah, this game was really slow. It was not really a boring game, but it was just really slow. I finished off the AMX right there, so I was happy about that because the AMX was a big problem for us. Then I turn around, trying to spot the enemies that are still camping on the hill, because I have nothing better to do at the moment, so I'm just relaxing, taking things slow, because if I rush forward, then I die, and there's no point of me losing my gun and losing the game. So I'm just taking things slow. I see the K1S getting spotted. Put a shot into him. I finish him off right in time. Then I get the Yak Panther spotted, and he's going downhill. So I go out. I put a shot into him. Go back in, and I just wait. I'm just like, is he gonna move? Is he gonna aim for me? And he moves. So I'm like, okay, you're gonna move. I put a shot again into him. And I'm trying to put the third shot into him, but he got away right in time. So I was not really lucky. And on the map, our Leuven and the Arel are holding off 2 tanks, so they're doing a really good job. Right now, I'm just waiting. And I'm trying to get to this Yak Panther. I get him killed. I was really happy about that because he had a big gun, and I didn't really want to mess against him. So at this point, I understood that there's only one tier 8 tank here, and it's the Frying Pan, or however you call this tank. And I was not really scared of him. I know he has a good gun, but I know how to play against people. I'm not retarded, so I know how to angle my armor. I know how to attack people. Then I see a T-44 attacking for no reason. I'm like, ah, come on, why did you waste your... I was just gonna go around him, technically you can attack, but he didn't do that. He just pretty much rolled straight in and died from that, so yeah. I put a shot into the object. Try to side scrape here. And yes, you can side script in a VK. It does work, but not always. But it does work pretty. For some reason, Object 461 shoots in the air. Not sure why he did that, but pretty much from that he wasted his tank. So yeah, not sure why he did that. And when I killed the Object 461, I was like, okay, I'm getting shot at from people that I don't see, so there's no point of me staying on this spot. So I was like, okay, I know there are 2 tanks here, and they're just camping there or pushing up or doing something. I'm not sure, I don't see them. So I was like, okay, there's one tier 6 tank up here, and probably one RD here somewhere. So I was like, okay, I can push on them, kill them, and try to maybe go for the T25/2 and the T32. And yeah, my call was perfect on this one. I spot the RD, and he does not even have time to aim at me, securing my top gun and having 4,000 damage already. So right now, at this moment, I was really happy about the game. I still thought we were gonna lose this one, but yeah, the Churchill, I put a shot into him right on time. And Churchill, I'm not sure if he was an AFK or something, but he was not really playing there, just doing something. So somebody went into the cab, but ran straight out of the cab, and I was like, "Get me, get me! I'm on fire, baby! Come on, get me!" So I was like, "Okay, where's a good point to attack them? Do I go right here in, or do I go here in?" I was thinking like, how can I attack them smart without dying? And I came pretty much to this attack. Not sure why. I went for this attack, but I was thinking like, okay, if I can go and reach the houses here, I can maybe shoot them. And yeah, as you can see, it has good mobility, the tank itself. It does, the acceleration is pretty good on the tank. And yes, for the first game, I'm using this. This is my first skill shot, and at this moment, I really needed my skill shot. So I put a random shot into nothing. I get 2 shots, and really lucky that T25 shoots me right in the tracks, doing no damage, and the T32 hits me right up there and bounces me off completely. So I was really lucky about that one. So then I'm like, okay, I can bounce the T25/2 easily. I need to go for this T32, and I do finish him off right in time, securing my Radley Walters right there. As you can see, the acceleration on this tank is crazy. You go to 30 km per hour in no time. The gun depression is also pretty good, but it's not that great like on an American tank, but it's still pretty good. So right here, I'm just trying to spot him. I know I can bounce shots from him, so I'm not really scared of that guy. For some reason, I thought he was behind that house right there. Not sure why, but I thought he was behind that house, so I was not really aiming for the house straight in front of me. And right now I'm just pulling back, trying to get behind some cover, so I don't get spotted when he comes out again. D25/2 hits me again, doing no damage. It's just really lucky shots that I got. Really lucky shots. He tried to kill me. He really tried. Just he had no luck killing me. He was aiming for my tracks, and that was a stupid thing to do. I track him here, and I go for the kill shot. And yeah. Kaboom. 9 kills. Had a pretty damn good game in my duck tank, and I was really proud about this game. So let's go over to the after battle reports. So here is the after battle report, and as you can see, I had a pretty awesome game here. Ace Tank, Radley Walters, Steel Wall, Top Gun, Sniper, and also Kolobanov's medal. Not sure what that is, but I'm happy that I got it. 5,000 experience, and that's a double. I also got 138,000 credits, and I think that was with killing 10 people. That's a mission. If you kill 10 people, you get 50k. So normally I would earn 88k. Normally. But with that mission, I earned that much. So, as you can see, my team didn't too much. Looking at the XP score, my Brett and I did the most work pretty much. The rest of our team They tried, but they didn't really do that much. Let's go to the detailed report. So I fired 27 times. 3 shots went into nothing. I did hit 24 times, and out of this 24 shots, I bent 21 times. With those 21 shots, with those 21 bends, I did 5,443 damage with a duck tank. Come on! I was so happy with this game, so happy. I received 12 hits, and only of those 12 hits, actually 4 banned me. The rest were just track shots, bounces, so I was really lucky about that. And my potential damage was 3,570. I detected 1 enemy, I damaged 11 enemies, and I destroyed 9. So, yeah. This game was pretty awesome. I was really happy about this game, that I actually got such a good game in this tank. And pretty soon, I'm 20k away from the VK4502A, if I'm correct. It's the tier 9 tank. So hopefully I can make a review about that. But that is pretty much the duck tank. I hope you guys enjoyed this replay. I hope you guys have some more respect for the duck tank, because it has my respect, and I do like this tank. It's not a horrible tank that like people say. It is a good tank. Just it needs to be in the right hands. But yeah, guys, if you like this replay, this review, you can always leave a like. That would help me out a lot. Subscribe and comment. What do you think about the duck tank? I want to hear you guys' opinions about the duck tank. I don't know. Personally, I thought it was gonna be horrible, like completely horrible, like the worst grind ever. But I'm really loving the VK, and this one is actually one of my most fun tier 8 grinds. Like, I had no problems grinding this tier 8, and I don't feel sorry, and I'm really happy about this tank. But I want to hear your comments, guys. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.